So bear with me as I clean up my little workstation. This is the chop saw that from when I was cutting my trim and everything for the front entryway. So let me get this cleaned up and I will be right back. Okay, let's go get this thing. Okay, this is what we've got. I just opened one side up and oh, here's my other parts. I'll get to those in a second. Ow, that hurt. I see what he did. He went to the top. Idiot. I just shoved that screw right through my finger. Well, not through it, but into it. Ah, oh well. Woohoo! Watch out for that. That'll bite you. Few loose screws. Does that sound familiar, Rusty? Right, Goldie? Okay, this is what we got. It's not perfect by any means. Got the tack, got the knob on there, it's good. This one looks like they tried, it's all brushed off there. I don't know what happened to it. It says 100,738 on it. Fuel, I'll look through my camera instead of, so you see what I'm seeing, but everything looks decent. But just finding switches, even screws, you know, this looks like it was actually taken out before because the screws are missing. I wonder if it's just kind of sitting in there. There's only one holding it in. It may not be the exact dash for the Superbird Tribute, but I'm not going for perfection. I'm not one of those 100%. It's got to be to the nut and bolt, and everything has to be totally exact. But you know, this is a lot closer than, I just want something to drive in. People ridicule me and whatever, but hey, it's my car, not theirs. They can ridicule their own car. Does have a little bit of rust right there, but I can easily fix that. But other than that, no VIN tag. What am I stepping on? Ah, I might want that. I think that's for my, oh, another screw fell out. Is that my flasher thing that goes in there? Couple destroyed wires, a few cut ends. He said that, which I knew there was gonna be. Got my ignition, cool. Yeah, I need some love. but which one don't. I would like to get a new wiring harness for it, so you know, I could go through this one maybe. Depends on how much money I have left, which I ain't gonna have anything left. This one's gonna drain me dry. For the conversion kit alone is $5,000. Just for the wing, the nose, front fenders, a hood, the nose cone, headlight buckets, spoiler, everything, the window plug. And so that will cost a little bit of money. And then the metal the car is gonna need, which is more of a project I wanted, but I can make it work. Metal, I'm gonna have to spend probably another $2,500 to $3,000 on it maybe. But the crazy thing is I have that money right now. Not that I'm bragging or anything, but in the future I have tried to build a Superbird clone. Ugh, don't fall, please. And what happened is I had a 70 satellite that I was going to do that with, and I ended up caving in. I bought the car for $5,500, and then I ended up there's a guy who drove by all the time. His name's Ted. He's the guy who actually built my 440 that's in the Duster now. He reassembled it, and I didn't know him at the time, but he was driving by all the time on my street, and he saw my car. Knock, knock, is it for sale? I'm like, not really, because I had big plans for it. But at the time I couldn't afford the conversion kit, and I'm like, you know, that's probably a dream I'll never get to. And he said, you want to sell your car? And I said, well, anything's for sale if the price is right, but I said, you know, I'm not going to take anything less than $10,000 for it. And so then he's like, okay, I want your car. He's like, you know, he said he lived not too far from me. You want to see what I got? And I'm like, sure. You know, he's a cool guy. And he had at the time a 50, I can't remember what year it was, 56 Chevy. He bought it. He put a bigger engine in it, redid the upholstery, fixed some stuff on it, suspension, whatever. And he goes, when I sell this car, I'm gonna buy your satellite. He goes, I want that car. I'm like, okay, cool. Thinking when you do, you know, and if not, I keep my car. And so then, gosh, probably 6 months later, he called me up and he's like, hey Scott, will you take $12,500 for your car? And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, that's, you know, $2,500 more than I was wanting. So I said, okay, sure. I gave in and I sold the car, because I was thinking I'll probably never have the money to, not ever, but you know. So then I took that money, and that's how I bought my Challenger. I paid every penny that I got, and I bought that Challenger for $12,500. So to me, it was a good trade, I guess. So anyway, that's how I got my Challenger. Was from a Superbird tribute that I wanted to do that I never could get around to. I'll insert a picture or two of the satellite. But Ted, he still has it. He put a nice 360 in it. He's fixing it up, so I know where the car is. I told him I want it back, dude. And he's like, no way. So anyway, it was solid car. So that's the story on how where my desire for one came from, is because I was going to do that to that car. So anyway, with this car from Steven, everything made full circle. Everything came to me. Steven's like, hey, I found one for you. I wasn't even looking. The price is right on it. I do believe he told me he only spent $600 on the car. I was like, is that all? Cheapest one I've ever found. So then I had the money I have the money for the conversion kit, and I have the money for the metal to put the car together. So I've been selling some vehicles and stuff like that and building up my money. I've always wanted one, and I'm like, I better pull the trigger before this money disappears. So that's just going to give me metal and the conversion kit for the car. I do have a console for it. It's out of a 68 Charger. It's not the right year, but you can blame my friend Paul for that one. Hey Paul. I actually had a 70 console, and he wanted one for his 70 Roadrunner, and I'm like, I'll trade you. That way you can have what you want. You know, I'll find a car to put this console in. You know, build the car around the parts. So I'll put that in there. I'll see if I could trade it for a 70. I have the shifter for it. That was given to me by my friend Steve Moore, who I've done. That's how I got my 70 Dart Swingers from him. And he gave a T-handle shifter for a B-body to me as a gift when we got married. So I got a shifter for it, got the console, got a dash. I'll need to find glass. I have a back seat for it. I got 15-inch rallies for the back, 14s for the front. Have an engine for it. I'll make that work. I will need to find have a transmission rebuilt, an automatic, because I like the console. I'll just go automatic in it. And so I basically have everything. I'll need to find glass. I think I said that. But other than that, you know, it's just some body work and putting it together. That'll work for me. It don't have to be perfect. I'll make it nice eventually when I cross that road. I'll do the body work and paint it myself. So all I gotta pay for is paint. So anyway, that's the story on the car. So I'm excited. Stay tuned and follow along if you want to watch the build on it. I appreciate your support, and we'll go from there. Take care, guys. And if you're wondering what was in the box, the same seller, excuse me, Rusty, had these. He said my invoice would be in here too. I did pay more than what I told you that I paid for it in the beginning. The dash was $1,200 advertised. Shipping was another $250 or 200, something like that. 200, and then come on. And then taxes on eBay was another 200. Then I paid $80 for these things. They're not for the Superbird clone, but come on, just a second. So then, everything came up to like $1,600 by the time shipping and tax and everything. Where's my invoice? But these are for my '69 Coronet. I didn't have those. He had both of them. So I want to do that, a Super B clone out of that one. I'm fine with clones or tributes. And here's the two other cars I was talking about in the video real quick. This is the one I'm going to turn into the Super B. I paid $1,000 for this body. It is solid, but it's just the body and the frame. But I have most everything for it. And then I bought this one from my friend Steve Moore, and who gave me the shifter that I'm going to put in the Superbird. So I think I've talked about both of these cars in my previous videos. This one needs some love. Paid $500 for this car, and runs and drives. It's got a slant 6 in it. It's a Dart Swinger, and then this will be my Super B. So any of you that don't know where those parts go that I bought, they go right here. It does have a little bit of rust right there. That's about it in the whole car. Well, lower quarters down there. I do have lower quarter panels for that. So anyway, fun times. Now I just need to find the time to do all this stuff. I have most everything for everything. Get it, Rusty. It's like, Dad, I need help. He's just looking at me like, I can't jump that high. Amongst all my excitement, look what I found. There's my invoice. Let's see what this thing says. See how far off I was. This came from California. I won't show his information. Wow, this guy's official. 68 through 70 Dodge Coronet quarter belt molding corner. $36 for both of those. Subtotal 72, shipping 14, sales tax 7. $93. Good lord. It's ridiculous. But he refunded me shipping and, well, at least shipping, so I can subtract $14 from that. And then, wow, same thing. $1,900 for the whole item, $200 to ship it, $124 for tax. So it's $1,500 for this. So, wow, crazy. A lot of money. These Mopars, as time goes on, the further we get from the day that they were built to now, as that gap increases, parts become rarer. And when you do find them, the price is going to go up. So in time, these aren't going to get any cheaper until the economy crashes and people need to get rid of stuff to pay bills. So anyway, I'll chill out. Don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Love you guys. You ready for this Superbird build? I am. Love you guys.